acknowledgement. What's the best way to describe how you feel about the concerted effort and embracing of what needed to be done to try to maintain competitiveness in this game?
I mean, competitiveness and all that stuff today, I'm not worried about that today. I knew we were going to show up and play a pretty good game. We could have done better, of course, we know that. And it's a lot of things that we can learn from, but you know, it's not so much this is the way we have to play, but we have to have the mental toughness, the concentration, and the effort that we had tonight, every night. That's going to be our challenge. You know, I felt that it came down to a couple possessions. They capitalized, we didn't, but we were in the game. And you know, that's the approach we have to take on the road when things get tough.
Anything in particular in those moments where you couldn't capitalize that you recognize was a shortcome?
I mean, it's just executed, man. I mean, it's so tough guarding those guys. I mean, they pull up from anywhere. They're very unselfish. You know, they're pretty much like the Spurs. If you make one mistake, they're hitting, you know, guys in pretty much at the perfect time, and they're either being aggressive or putting it on the floor. And I mean, everybody 1 through 5 is a playmaker, and that makes it, you know, super tough. And they rely on that to go into the last few minutes of the game, and they have total confidence in their game as a team. So we can get better. I'm glad that we were able to see all these situations, but you know, we just have to really keep going, and we've got another game day after tomorrow. It's going to be a tough one, but we feel that we can get in there.
After already not having his son, how critical was it that Dwayne and Tyler fought through what they were dealing with their physical ailments and keeping this as close as it was?
I mean, physical ailments is nothing. We've got tough guys. You know, we're out there playing. We're out there playing. We're not going to check them and all that stuff. You know, we expect you to do what you do. And yeah, it was very important to have, of course, a team, full team, as close to 100% as possible. But you know, it's a part of the season. I mean, we're getting into the dog days right now. And, you know, you see it all over the league. Guys kind of in and out of lineups. Guys starting to go down, and you know, it's a very tough part of the league. But you know, we have to raise their effort and move on.
Chris, the fact that you guys were in it so late, does it confirm to you that that game plan is viable against them?
I don't know. I mean, that's a tough one to judge, man. I mean, you can make a game plan, but it's going to be hard, no matter what. They're gonna make you work every single time. Like I say, I mean, there was a couple times we just make one mistake and it's like, man, they make us pay for it. I think we didn't come up with one rebound, bounces right to Klay Thompson out of all guys. Now I know they got a lot of shooters, but not one of those two guys. You know, and that's just how it goes. We screw up one possession with Steph, and he makes you pay a 2-dribble pull-up 3. Nobody else does that. So they're so unique. I mean, it's really tough to lock in on just one guy. And I mean, you know, you got Draymond making plays, pushing the ball up the floor. They race the ball up the floor. Their split action is very, very tough to guard. They get that ball moving, and you don't kind of lose sight of your man trying to see the ball. I mean, it's just tough, very tough.
And the collective result of that is you guys do a lot of things right, a lot of things that you wanted to do, and it's not enough.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah. You know, you just got to be there in the end and try to make a play at the end. And, you know, we were just a couple possessions off. But, you know, a team like that, you've got to be locked in for the whole 48 minutes. I mean, you can't have any lapses at all. We had a few in there, but, you know, I'm proud of the guys just for, you know, staying with it. I'm not really worried about the losses, score, or anything. We had great boys today. When they went on a run, we ran right back at them. You know, they pushed it to 10, we cut it back to 5-4. And that's how it has to be. Nobody got frustrated. Nobody got rattled, and if we did, we talked about it. So I think that's a major part.
You guys did that 3 or 4 times toward the end where Golden State had made a couple of bad. If a 6-0 run might have ended it
right
at that point, and you guys kept getting it back down to 4
yeah.
or 5.
Well, that's what it's about, man. I mean, but like I said, I'm not worried about today. Yeah, we played the champs. Yeah, of course you're gonna be locked in. It's no offense to other teams, but when we go to other places and playing other teams at home, that's when we've got to stay locked in and make sure if a team does beat us that they're beating our coverages and we're not having slippage and giving up just things because we're not into the fight.
You guys talk about growing even in losses. Do you think that's kind of maybe where you guys?
I mean, that's what it always is. I think as a team, that's how you have to handle it. I mean, we know it's going to be a tough game to win in here, but we came in with full confidence that we could get the job done through taking it a possession at a time and not getting up in arms when somebody makes a play. Like when Steph hits a bomb in your face. All right, let's execute, let's move on, and let's do things the right way. Let them beat our game plan instead of just he's coming off wide open every time. That's when it's no good.
Is there a certain level